Ever since I heard about Verydarkman's adoption, I decided to keep on mute. I decided not to make a video. I decided not to say anything. Do you know why? I am trying to make out a meaning from what I am seeing that is happening in Nigeria. You see Verydarkman, you see Reverend Father Ejike Mbaka, you see Nnamdi Kanu. Any day anything happens to any of these three men, Nigeria will fall to disaster. Do you know the reason why? These three men have stood firm. They have suffered a lot to make an impact, to bring out their best, saying the truth, opening secret that we have never known that is existing, bringing out revelations with facts. Now, how can somebody come for his mother because of her mother's pension in GTB Bank? Right there, there was a delay on his way out. Some group of men that called themselves EFCC officers came and covered his face and started beating him. They beated this guy, even beat the mother on top and the friend down. He was being covered. His face was being covered. He was being taken away. That was the same, applicable to the same thing over Nnamdi Kanu's adoption from Kenya. He was being kidnapped. He was seriously mass beaten, tied, and his face was covered. He was unconscious when he was brought back to Nigeria. Now, another man that faced that kind of humiliation in religious era was Reverend Father Ejike Mbaka, because of saying the truth, because he was a thorn in the flesh of our so-called bad leaders. He was being sent to monastery. His ministry was being shut down. My biggest problem here is this, that even our religious leaders is even our problem. The politics in the church, the politics we are witnessing in the church is more disastrous and more dangerous than Nigerian politics as far as Nigerian is concerned today. How can this be explained? EFCC adopting Vincent being Verydarkman. For what reason? Because he was revealing the truth. I heard that his phone was taken from him, that he reviewed his password. Well, I don't have a fact of that. But I want now to tell you that if Verydarkman can be adopted because he was preaching and he's still preaching against the bad governance, the bad government, the bad leaders, the wayward governance in Nigeria, saying the truth. They want to know who is giving him information. They want to know the secret, where he's getting those information that he's leaking. Now, EFCC has tackled one or two things. The work of DSS. That is how our country has turned upside down. The truth has been covered. That is why all this ugly incident is taking place from here to here every day. Now, they have started to adopt people that will go for 2027 election. The people that will be returned. That President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will returned. This and that. Even other parties are now joining hands to endorse him as the sole candidate of the APC, saying that they will not have their own candidates. Tell me how this country will survive with this kind of cajoking and calamity type of character. Character assassination, inquest, character mastermization existing in the life of our leaders. You see, the way they have Verydarkman, Reverend Father Ejike Mbaka Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that is the way they have three arms of government. They have the legislators, they have the executive, and they have the judiciary. There is no corrupt place like executives. The executives come and see corruption there. There is no corrupt place like our judiciary. You see our judiciary, they have failed us. You see our legislators, our senators, our House of Representative member, our House of Assembly members, these guys has failed us. They have led us to doom. They are one of the reasons why Nigerians are suffering today. When president presents a budget, you will see that the budget that he presented before, the money that was assigned, that was approved, that was given to him to do the needful, those things was not handled. Those things were not done. You people will sign in another budget, we approve another budget. Every office in Nigeria is leaking. There's a very big leakage. That is why they don't want any person to arise. Once you arise to start saying the truth, have you ever seen an Hausa man that has stood firm like Reverend Father Ejike Mbaka Verydarkman and Nnamdi Kanu? Have you ever seen Yoruba man? Sunday Igbo, he's tried all his best to stand firm because of the Yoruba lifestyle of waywardness, insincerity. Stand here tomorrow, the other day, another day, stand on our place. That is why Sunday Igbo, he is now going back, drawing back. You see these three men, the way they have three arms of government is the way they have these three men. These three men is the men I know that is still existing as far as today. 1, they are fearless. 2, they are too much truthful. 3, they are hitting the head of the hammer on the head of the nail. If these three men join heads together, let me tell you, before God and man, there will be a massive, there will be an automatic change. And our leaders are not happy with these men. They are planning on how to bring them down finally. They are trying on how to, if they have every means to silence these guys, not to exist again, they will do it. Look at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The people that dealt with him was his Igbo brothers. And the people that are still dealing with him, the people that are behind his release, are the same Igbo brothers. Where is Ifeanyi Ubah today? He's nowhere to be found. I heard that one governor from the southeastern part of Nigeria, that his hand is in delay of releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that he said that any day Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being released, that he will die. You can imagine that. All the prophecy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has come to actualization. All these things that is happening now, he said it, that it will happen, that this thing will come to pass. Look at what is now happening in Nigeria. Reverend Father Ejike Mbaka was being sent to monastery. Who were those that were used? It was political. His monastery experience was political. Who are those that sent him to monastery? The church leaders. Politics in the church. Politics of government now threw in the light of the darkness of politics in the church. They now use the church leaders to hold him ransom and now send him to monastery. It was a request, not a demand. Now, all those days of monastery experience of Reverend Father Ejike Mbaka, do you know what damaged? Do you know the damage his monastery vacation cost to the poor masses? These guys has no interest at all for the poor masses and for the well-meaning Nigerians. These guys has sold their heart to the devil. They don't care anymore. Everything about Nigeria is 419. It's all about fighting the effort. It's all about demoralizing the effort. It's all about attacking the truth. It's all about turning black to white, turning white to black. Our leaders want us to be to exalt them, to glorify them, to be exalting them, to say that they are good leaders. Why things are seriously, fastly decaying in Nigeria? Nothing is working out. They have ears, but they don't hear. They refuse to listen to any person that stands out to say the truth. You can imagine how United States President Donald Trump have decided to use FBI to probe or to investigate Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to bring out his cases, his corruption cases. Is Nigeria doing well? And Donald Trump is interfering in the affairs of Nigeria. If Vincent being Verydarkman can be adopted, can be maltreated like this, if Reverend Father Ejike Mbaka can be maltreated the way he was maltreated in his days of monastery, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can be maltreated like this, so nobody is safe again in Nigeria. The truth of the matter is that everybody should keep silent. Nobody should talk. Everybody should start telling them that what they are doing is good, that they are good leaders. why everything has gone astray. Everything has gone astray. To increase the salary of the civil servants in Nigeria is wahala. It will be meeting upon meeting upon meeting upon meeting upon meeting. But once it concerns any leader, president, vice president, governors, ministers, senators, House of Rep members, House of Assembly members, there will be no meeting. To buy jets, Tinubu will not even listen to anybody. He's not even waiting for Senate to approve it, because all the senators are in his pay hands. It's what he says, it's what the senators is doing. It's what Tinubu says, it's what the judiciary levels they are doing. So how can we survive this? How can we survive this? The FCC that even adopted Verydarkman don't even know their work. They don't even know what they are doing. All the money they are realizing, all the money they are recovering, I don't know what they are using it for. They cannot even give account where that money is entering, what they are doing with the money. You can imagine how Emeka Okonkwo was being adopted when he was spreading flavor palms. And his leg touched Naira. His leg touched Naira. While we have millions and millions of all the Yoruba sons and daughters, all the Fulani, Hausas, sons and daughters that are abusing Naira on daily basis. What have the EFCC, Economic Financial Crime Commission, done to those people? I don't want to start mentioning names. Let me tell you, in Igbo language they say, Buonwadike. One day you people will look for somebody like Reverend Father Ejike Mbaka. Silencing him is not a problem. I'm ashamed of the church leaders. I'm ashamed of the church that nobody, no single person can stand up. No single person. It's all about church politics. It's all about church fights. It's all about church war. Being obedient and not being obedient. Bringing up gossip as a matter in the tables of our of our clergies. No good love, no good relationship. They have not come up with any good decision. They are even afraid to question our leaders because they don't want to go to jail. Any leader that calls himself a good leader, that is afraid of saying the truth, that is covering the truth, is not worthy to be a leader. Both in religious way, both in traditional way, both in governmental way. Anything you believe on, but you are against saying the truth, you are against the truth. You are afraid of saying the truth. Let me tell you, you are not worthy to be a leader. You better resign. You better resign. You better resign. What we are experiencing, everything about Nigeria is all about corrupt. All these guys that are doing this thing, all these guys are Islamic personnel. So they are Islams, and the Christians are even joining them, supporting them to do more harm to Nigeria, to do more evil to Nigeria, to rough handle things the way they are rough handling things. Can't you people look at your offering boxes and see that no more offering is coming? The way offering is coming is no longer coming there. Can't you see that cattle and sheep, cows are no longer coming to church? Can't you see that bags of rice are too costly for the poor masses to afford? After churches building school, they will increase school fees to a height where a poor man cannot even afford it. What is happening? And we say that all is well in Nigeria. We are even fighting those that God have raised to be a mafian. That God have raised, that God have anointed, the anointed Davids. You people are fighting them. They are using, I can't imagine where they are using a father to fight a son. Where a father is fighting a son, a mother is fighting a son. And you say that all is well. And you say that all is well. And you say that all is well. I repeat again, you see Reverend Father Ejike Mbaka, you see Verydarkman, you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. These are three anointed David. These people, no matter what you people do, anything about them is spiritual. Nobody, you people cannot handle it. You people cannot stop them. No matter how hard you people try, to bring them down. And let me tell you, the God that has brought them out, the God that have anointed them, will always protect them and guide them. You people cannot hurt a fly because of them. Talk less of touching their lives. But let me tell you, if this insincerity, incaution attitude, if this thing continues in Nigeria, the day the anger of God will arise, the day, one day, if there's God in heaven, if there's Allah, one day God will arise, and you will see that there will be massive disaster and earthquake that none of you leaders can control. Both your money, both your wealth, both your properties, both your G-Guard, both your Phantom Rolls Royce, both Bentley and whatever you people, both your dollars and pounds, both your hospitals abroad, both your houses abroad, both whatever private jets, gold and silver, diamonds cannot save you. One day, the anger of God will fall. The wrath of God will fall on you wicked carnal leaders that call themselves leaders, disastrous leaders that has brought this country to doom, that are putting this country into a big mess and shame.